Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, which is a sort of continuation of the video about my Medusa piercing being either a microdermal or an actual piercing. If you didn't watch the video, it's a piercing, it goes all the way through. And so today we are going to talk about my gums. So a really big worry for a lot of people who have oral piercings is gum damage from the piercing, because no matter what, there will be a time when your piercing will touch your teeth or your gum lines, and of course, because it's always in your mouth, it's going to be touching some part of the inside no matter what. It is inevitable. I have had my lip pierced here and here, and now I have this. This is the piercing that has been in for the longest. At this point, I have had this piercing for 3 years. My lower lip piercings have only lasted a couple of months because of the gum erosion issue. So if I look, this is like gross, but here it is. So this is in the bottom. As you can see, you don't really see any gum erosion because I took my piercings out right away. So this one right here, like, it's lower than it should be, but I kind of attribute that to the fact that I have bad teeth and my gums are just eroding naturally. When I had this pierced right here, I had to take it out because it made like my gum line black, and even the dentist was like, "Oh, that's not good, it's dying." And so I had to take it out. I have no photo evidence because I didn't think to take any. But this I had pierced twice. And both times, like, the second time it wasn't so bad because it was pierced at an angle where it was like the top was up more. I don't know if you can see any scarring. Not really. But the first time it was pierced perpendicular, and so it sat like right at the gum, like right here. And then the second time they pierced it more at an angle, so it kind of sat kind of like this instead of like this, and it kind of helped a little bit, but it was always pressing against my teeth, and I already have really crappy teeth, and it just kept getting irritated, and then my lips started eating it all the time, and I just took it out. So moving on to my Medusa, so I went to a much better piercer than these two. This was self-done. This one was two different ones. I went to a much better piercer. I love her so much. She is located in New York City, in Soho, Chinatown area. She's amazing. And I did speak to her about my previous experiences and how I just really wanted a Medusa, but I really did not want all of the issues that came with it, such as rubbing away the enamel and the gum erosion, because I've been there, done that, and I really did not want to deal with it. And she just told me realistically, like, it'll always touch your teeth, always. It'll always touch your gum because that's just how human anatomy is, and there's nothing you can do. And so she said that eventually your body does make like a little divot for it, which it does. But there is always going to be risk of it rubbing against your gums, rubbing against your teeth, damaging the enamel of your teeth, and also damaging your gums. So this in mind, I just went ahead and paid the money and took the plunge. And it's been 3 years and it has been fantastic. So basically, this is kind of, I just don't want to show you the inside of my mouth because it's really gross, but I'm just going to do it. So I'm using this bobby pin so I don't have to actually like touch the inside of my mouth. But this is my Medusa piercing on the outside. And I wear the post snugger so when I smile, it doesn't stick out that much. It kind of like rests because it's like a little baby antenna when you first get it. It's long and you smile and it sticks out, and it's too long and it catches on your teeth when you're talking. Just can't deal, okay? But make sure it's not too tight because then your lip is going to eat it, which I do have a video on in the past. Not good. So this is the inside of my lip, and this is my gum. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm going to use this to point. If you can see right here, right there is where the piercing sits. And in certain angles, you can see that there is like a little like indent right there. Oh, you can see it if I press on it. There's an indent right there. And that is the kind of depression that the back of the piercing has made in my gums. And if you notice, it's actually really far away from the gum line, which was so important to me because if it constantly is catching on the gums when you're talking, that's how it pushes your gums up and erodes them because it's constantly rubbing against your gums. Nor does it sit on my teeth. And so the back of the piercing never rubs against my teeth unless I'm like this. But when does anyone do that? Except for when they're sucking dick. But no one walks around like that, so I don't really have a problem with that either. So honestly, like, I don't have the best teeth. They're kind of yellow, kind of gross, but you don't really see any like damage whatsoever on my teeth or my gums, and for that I am extremely thankful. The downside of that is that because it was so important to me and my piercer did make sure that she did her very best to make sure it didn't touch my gums, it is right where the webbing of my mouth starts. See how close it is? It's literally like piercing and then the webbing. They kind of like meet. So whenever I actually pull on my lip to do that, it hurts because it pinches the webbing because it's so close to it and it's not letting the webbing completely stretch out. Doesn't feel good, but when am I like that except for when I'm showing people or when I'm at the dentist and he's cleaning my teeth or whatever, you know. So even the dentist that I go to is just like, I'm really surprised that it's fine, nothing's wrong with it. I don't see anything wrong with your teeth. I don't see anything wrong with your gums, but do know that the minute I do, you have to take it out. And I'm like, yeah, okay, which I really will because front teeth are too important, and I already like got like a part of my tooth chipped from being punched in the face in a mosh pit a long time ago. So like my front teeth are important. But that is pretty much which is what I wanted to show you. I have no gum erosion, and the piercing sits right here in this little divot right there. I won't say that there's like a divot in here. I don't know if you can see it. It's like not really sitting inside of my lip, which is fine because my body has a tendency to just swallow the jewelry when it does that, and I never want that to happen to me again. So I would rather just have this divot than like a nest. And it's all worked out. It's been 3 years and 3 very wonderful years, aside from that time when my body tried to eat the piercing. And hoping for many more. Maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years. We'll see. I don't know what the future holds, but I would love to get to 5 because it's just a nice round number. But yeah, so this is the end of my video. I would like to thank everyone for watching it as usual, and I will see you guys again next time. And if you're thinking about a Medusa piercing, do recommend. Looks cute on everyone. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys next time.